Anything in life obviously takes time, but when you train calisthenics, there's a big difference in your first year compared to your second year. I'm gonna get a little bit technical, I'm gonna show you examples right now. But in your first year, that is where you're focused on your basic. That's where you're like getting your pull up stronger, getting your dips stronger. So basically, in the first year, I got my weighted dips to 50 kgs for like 8 reps, and my pull ups to 45 kg, I think, for like 7 reps. It dropped to 5 kgs now because I was in a skill season. I wasn't really focused that much on my, weighted basics, but they were really, really strong. But my skills exploded in the second year. So this is the point I want to get to. If you train calisthenics and you're like me, you're kind of focused on the skills, but I also mix it with body, like building, gym training, so I can build an aesthetic physique. So I do both of them. If you mix them again in the second year, the skill. This video is focused for the skills. If you focus on calisthenic skills, this is what I'm gonna be talking about in the video. So in the first year, the skills don't really skyrocket that much. Handstand push-ups, your front lever training, etc., muscle ups. You can make progress in them, of course. Like the people I'm currently coaching, my one client, he got the handstand push-up in a few weeks after he got his handstand, and he got his handstand in like 3 weeks of training. But everyone is different, I just giving like the secrets. So by the way, if you want a free call with me, I'm gonna put it in the description of this video. So basically, you can make fast progress, but his progress is gonna be fast in the second year because he's still getting his basics, he's still getting his strength higher and higher and higher. So in the first year, like I said, I got my handstand, but my handstand push-up wasn't really that great. My front lever, it wasn't really that great. But in my second year, bro, that is where I'm literally coaching people, and my handstand push up just skyrocketed. I got the 90-degree handstand push up. I got the front lever. I can do front lever raises. I can do a front lever pull up. My muscle ups are like really easy. I can. I'm currently training for the straddle planche. Can't do that one yet, but my skills, like I said, it just exploded out of nowhere. That is crazy, bro. The first year, it feels kind of slow. For me personally, it did. I couldn't do a single dip or single pull up. So this guy I'm training, he can do a few, I think he can do a few weighted pull ups. And his dips is also strong. So see, it kind of has his basics down. There's also this other guy, Donovan, I trained. He was doing like dancing for, I think, 9 years. So when he did his dips and pull ups, he can already do a few reps. So he unlocked the press to the handstand really, really fast. By the way, I also have a course on that if you want to go check it out. It's like really fucking cheap. That's also gonna be in the description. Again, just if you want to check it out. But basically, he got that like so fast because he had the strength. So if you're like me and you basically start from nothing, your first year is gonna be a little bit slow. I wouldn't say boring, but you'll get like muscle gains if you go on a bulk. Don't do what I did, and you should actually be on a bulk. But you see what I mean? It's just like the first year sucks compared to the second year. That is where people like say, "Oh, what the fuck? That is so impressive. What the fuck? I'll never be able to." Again, if you watch my videos, that is a term. I'll never be able to do that. You get that from people in your second year. So there's this bar with anything in life, right? It's like underneath this bar, you put in the work. With the business, I'm putting in the work. When you don't get past the bar, you don't see results. Like many of you are actually gonna be OGs if you watch this video. I'm not a top creator yet. I'm putting in the work, but I'm not really seeing that much results. In the beginning, I put in the work with my calisthenics training. I didn't see that much results. But when you get above the bar, that is where you see results, and that is where it just gets fun. So currently, my girlfriend is training. She isn't really seeing that much of a physique difference. The skills, it's really slow, but give it time. When it gets above the bar, that's where it's addictive. It gets so fun. So basically, if you're underneath the bar, that is where you are basically in your first year. And don't get me wrong, you can make insane physique progress within like 6 months. So what I'm saying is go in a bulk, get your basics to weighted. If you can do like 10 kg pull-ups and 15 kg dips, then I would say you can go into a skill season if you want to, or you can just push like me and go to really heavy, like really really heavy basics. So I'm basically sorted. I don't know if I need to even get them higher, but I'm kind of sorted on those basics. You know what I mean? So I can just focus on skills for a long time, a long time. I think it can be years. I'll probably plateau in the future. I don't really know. I'll let you know when I get to that point. But basically, 50 kgs and 35 kg pull-ups again in drop to 5. It will get me a long way. So now I'm just gonna maintain it. First year, lock in, get your basics up. How do you actually get your basics up? I'm gonna give you the whole system right here for free. So what you do is you train it for 2 times a week. Your dips and your pull-ups 2 times. Okay, you're gonna do 3 sets on the days that you train them. Okay, it's really simple. The first set is gonna be your max. So you're gonna attempt to get 10 reps. This is, let me give an example. Let's say you're at 10 kg dips. You want obviously to go to 15. You go to 15 once you hit 10 reps. So your first set of the free, again you train 2 times a week, the first set is gonna be you attempting to get 10 reps. But let's say you only can do 6 and today you got 7. Well, okay, well done, brother. You got like a new high score. You're close to the 10 reps. Just keep going. Then your second set, remember you're doing 10 kg dips. Your second and your third set, you're gonna do 5 kg. So you just make it less. If you really want to 7, but just do 5. Or if that is too heavy, just do body weight. So basically the idea is you do your max one to get to 10 reps so you can move the weight up. But then you're gonna do a lighter weight. Okay, so let's say you're at 15 kg, you do 15 kg dips trying to get to 20, so you do your 10 reps. But if you're done with the 15, you do 10 kg or 5 kg dips. You see what I mean? So this way you're training 2 times a week and you will get like insane progress with your weighted dips and weighted pull-ups. Completely like the same for both. Just apply the system for pull-ups, and this is like how you grow your strength. Just one thing I want to note you on is, oh shit, bro, my pull-ups is way less than my dips. Mine is like 35 kg compared to 50. Yes, pull-ups is overall harder than dips. I think, I'm not completely sure yet, but I think my pull is way stronger than my push, or maybe not way stronger, but a little bit stronger. I'm kind of balanced, so let me rephrase that. It's kind of balanced, but I think my pull is a little bit stronger. Like, I already have the front lever and my planche is still catching up, but the planche is harder. You know what I mean. Basically, my pull is just really strong, but my pull-ups is way less. So basically, even if my pull and push were even, my pull-ups are 35 and my dips are 50. So basically, if your pull-ups are way less, that is normal. Pull-ups are a harder exercise in general compared to dips. Okay? Just if you got that message, that's understand that your pull-ups will probably be less, but that's completely fine. Then you do that in your first year. Like I said, you go on a bulk. If you're a girl, you can still do this. Obviously, you need the strength. But for men, bro, just go on a bulk, pack some muscle on, and in your second year your skills will explode. So how do you maintain this in the second year? Really simple. Skill first, and then you do your basic training after. If you do gym like me, do it before your gym and do your weight training after the basics. Skill, basics, gym. Really simple, right? And if you gym, by the way, weighted dips and weighted pull-ups are just the same, if not more effective than gym to build muscle. So don't think, oh, but I'm missing out on gains. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're building strength and you're getting muscle doing dips and pull-ups. So don't be a fucking idiot. Just do it, right? Just best exercises there are. If you want to do pull-ups, do squats, do the strength exercise. They build muscle and strength. Then you do your hypertrophy exercises. Okay. So basically, get the message out of this video that keep going. You're under the baseline. If you're already above the baseline, like I'm happy for you, because this is the stage where it's just so fun. Like my girlfriend, we were joking around. It's like, it's my race day. We just look at the open ground and we're like, I just kind of want to do a skill, but it's my race day, so fuck. But I can still do handstands, because basically with handstands you can train them every single day. It's neuromuscular, so you can just do them whenever. So that's also, if you want to train the handstand in your first year while building your weighted basics, you can, because it's neuromuscular. So if you have more strength, the handstand will be easier, but it's mostly balance. People will say it is not strength. I actually disagree. Where I started, where you can't do a dip, it's too hard. Bro, it is too hard to do the handstand. But at the point where many people, like if you're already going to the gym, you probably have the strength. You see what I mean? Because you need a little bit of strength. If you've never trained in your entire life, if you've been gaming for like 15 years and you're 16 years old right now, you're kind of skinny, or also you're fat, like you've never trained, you can do a few push-ups maybe, but you can barely do 20 push-ups. The handstand's gonna be too hard for you. You can barely do 30 push-ups. The handstand's gonna be too hard for you. So get your basic strength up. Like my girlfriend, she's trying to train for the handstand, but her shoulders, like when she started, I want to say started training with me, like obviously help her, coach her. She's my fucking girlfriend. Of course I'm gonna help her, but she couldn't do a single push-up. So she started actually a little bit less where I was. So of course the handstand is, I think she's getting close to the point where she will have the strength. So basically, the handstand requires a little bit of strength. So I will just disagree with people who say it's only balance. It's a little bit of strength, but not crazy amounts. Okay, so if you can do like 30 dips or 5 kg dips for, let's say, 10 reps, I think you have the strength for the handstand. But remember, it's overhead, like where your arms are above your head, so it's kind of different. You also need a little bit of flexibility, but basically if you have a little bit of strength, you're still in your first year, train the handstand every single day, or if you really want 4 or 5 days, but daily is better. If your wrist ache, bro, take 2 days off. Not It's like nothing is set in stone of calisthenics. Train the handstand every single day. If something hurts, take 2 days off and go again. Okay, really simple. So train that every single day. If you have the strength, train your basics for the first year, and you can also train the L-sit. The L-sit plus the handstand is the fundamentals for calisthenics, and in your second year, like me, it will just explode. Everything will just explode. So just keep going, keep grinding. Again, I have a free call booking down below. You can also go check out my course, and of course subscribe to this channel. It's still a small channel. I started this new. I have another channel where I teach people more, like it's Eckhart Calisthenics. If you want to go check it out, that is where I just help you with the more technical parts on calisthenics skills. But yeah, I'm just doing the more raw talking, the raw journey, what training calisthenics is like, my journey with the business, etc. So this channel is still pretty small. So just like the video and subscribe. It will help me grow. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.